I like what I'm seeing right now. Hip hop banding together, like hip hop artists and hip hop culture, from what I see, is banding together to do something good, or more specifically, stop something bad. So the good brother Hocus Fifth, he's an MC from the Bronx. He's promoting the Drop Your Flag challenge. To anybody not in the know, what that means is, to put it simple, if you're in a gang, stop it. Quit. Lay down your gang colors, aka drop your flag. We had enough of of us killing us, and we want to do something different. And so he's proposing gang members publicly drop their flag. To do it publicly makes it sets an example widespread. I'm not going to use the pause button for this. it sets an example for everybody to see, right? So yeah, I like that. I used to be in a gang. Any blood or Crip, any of the gangbangers in New York, if you of a certain age, then you remember the Decepticons. Nas just mentioned he used to clash with Decepticons on his most recent album. Who knew? We just kind of, for the most part, the Decepticons kind of just aged out. Some people died, some got locked up. Everybody else that's out here, you got a couple of dudes that's on, that might still be on bullshit. But for the most part, dudes got city jobs. Dudes don't gang bang anymore. It's more of a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of the violent, a bunch of 50-year-olds and stuff like that. That's like, I was a younger Decept and I'm 51 right now. So that should just give you an idea what it looked like. But kudos. I'm seeing hip hop take a stand, right? And I really like seeing that. What I don't like seeing is your boy Schmadam22 playing with niggas' seriosity. Now, here's the thing. I genuinely think he was joking. All right, my bad. Let me back up a second. Adam22 made a video joking about the challenge, being disrespectful, kind of making a mockery of gang culture as a whole, if you ask me. He claimed he didn't see Hocus Fifth, present the challenge and all of that. He claimed, he's playing dumb. I mean, he might be dumb, he might be ignorant to the situation, but, it looks to me like he's playing dumb, right? He's like, I don't know who 4/5 is, and I just, I saw the challenge. I seen like 7 people, dropping their flag, and I thought it was funny. Something like, I'm paraphrasing. He thought it was funny. He made a video. Now it's coming back to bite him in the ass, right? He got to learn how to read the room. Or maybe, these dudes do be knowing how to read the room. Sometimes they just intentionally disrespectful, which brings me back to my, the scales I judge every transgression on. Malice or negligence? Are you really stupid or are you really foul? Because it's always one or the other. Every time. You understand? Was that a mistake or did you mean to do that? You know what I'm saying? Even if you meant to do it but you didn't know it was harmful, that still counts as negligence to me. But if you knew what you was doing, you knew it was harmful, that's malice. Way more difficult for me to forgive. I'm just saying, right? This is the one and only pass that Adam22 is going to get from me on this topic. I do believe he was just playing. That I do. I do believe that he's just, he's like a lot of people who get caught up in the hype and forget how to read a room. You think, like he's been having a lot of hype. He's been, he got all of the gang, he's stationed in California, in LA. He got all of the gangbangers coming to his show. He gets to function around and with them without getting the treatment that he could possibly be getting, because I'm sure he's not tough. Now, he might have a black belt or something, but I don't think so. But he got a platform. And, the sad thing about our people, about our young brothers and sisters is a lot of times we see rap as our only way out. So anything that's going to get you in front of all of the eyes and on all of the screens and all of that, a lot of times we look at that as a good thing. So dudes will run up on a platform like Adam22's No Jumper and do whatever they think they need to do to go viral, which a lot of times is not nothing good. right? Adam got all of the gangbangers on his show on the West Coast. He came to New York. Niggas gave him a pass, let him run around. Nigga came to all of a bunch of the hoods in New York. And said Bobby Shmurda gave him a pass. They rolled out the blue carpet for him and all of that. He went to the Bronx with the. As a matter of fact, like Hocus 4/5 made he made a response to Adam and said like, yo, you was in the Bronx. If I would have said you couldn't come to the Bronx, like if I would have said you couldn't come to the Bronx, you wouldn't have been safe in the Bronx. You know what I mean? But Hocus is like, yo, I thought it was a good idea. I disagree with Hocus there. The way I viewed it was like, you done got a Rico and a half going on the West Coast. Now you want to come over here, get some more cases, put on some niggas from the East? I don't like it. I didn't like it. I don't like it now. But again, I like where hip hop is right now. Styles P responded immediately, expeditiously. He like, yo, whoever's cool with this goofy white boy, blah, 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 y'all better check him or something. Or he disrespected, I can't remember what he said, but he didn't speak to Adam himself, I don't think, kind of paraphrasing. But it's like, yo, all of the black people around him, y'all let him slide with that ain't kosher. I'm paraphrasing. He used way more harsh words. What I love, this reminds me of a time earlier in hip hop when, did y'all know when crack first came out, it was cool? I mean, I was a kid. I never did crack. There used to be a song, I think I said this in the vlog some time back. There used to literally be a song. I don't know the name of it, but I know the hook went, we gonna crack it up, we gonna crack it up, we gonna put it in the pipe, put it in the pipe and smoke it, and smoke it. And this was an actual song. You know what happened? Hip hop, I mean, this was a hip hop song, but hip hop as a whole said, oh, no, we not. No, we will not. Hip hop band together as a community, a culture, and an art form and said, get your ass out of here with that. And niggas made crack uncool. There are certain rappers that will tell you, maybe a little older, they will admit that, it was a time they used to smoke wolves or whatever, or they did some crack. But that was before hip hop put his foot down. And that's what it looks like hip hop is doing right now. I love to see it. I appreciate it. China Mac, salute to him. He stepped in, fired a couple verbal shots at Vlad. Vladim, my bad. Adam. He says some stuff. Fat Joe says some stuff. I don't have it all in front of me right now, but salute to all of those brothers. Look at that. You got Hocus 4/5 and Styles P, who are both black. I don't know Hocus's like heritage and all that. I know Styles, his pops come from Bed-Stuy. His moms came from Africa. Said it in his song. I'm old nigga if you know what I mean. That is. China Mac is Chinese, right? Fat Joe Puerto Rican, but they all hip hop. They all hip hop. You can call them a guest citizen, you can call them a contributor or whatever. None of that's important. Not right now, anyway. They hip hop, and hip hop is banding together against something that's not good for the culture, not good for our people. You know what I mean? Now, granted, China Mac, if I'm remembering correctly, like he was, he used to run with, you know what I'm saying? He was in the mix. Fat Joe clearly was on bullshit. I know what I'm saying. So yeah, they all have been through their share of dirt from what I can tell, and they trying to drive or steer the youth in a better direction, because we got way bigger problems than us. So for somebody, I hate to say it, because it would be wrong from anybody. I think if somebody black would have made that joke, I think niggas would have still got on his ass by the pause. But I think it would have still been, it would have got, because black, we play too much. We play with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? But being white and all of the, and I'm sure Adam 22 is not no stranger to backlash, right? I'm sure he ain't no stranger to that, right? Like, bro, you gotta learn how to read the room. You gotta learn how to read the room. You know what I'm saying? And he's not stupid, but sometimes, like, I know he's not stupid, but sometimes you can miss it. So somebody asked Adam, do you know him? If you got his ear, his eyes, ask him, is that negligence or was that malice? And see what he tell you. Because negligence means, oh, you stupid. Malice means you a snake. Which is it? Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks. Or Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. Y'all don't listen no way. Cash App tag gonna be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. All of the mixtapes are there, from Nonviolent Rocco, the most recent, all the way back to Shell Shot. Also, the merch link is there. This is itsmonstanation.com. You heard? So that's there. That's in the description. When you're writing on the wall, spell things correctly. Helter Skelter, not Helter Skelter. It's Monster, not Monster. It's ROCK, rock. You're dropping your flag. No passes. It's ROCK. And most importantly is BCC, not BBC. Yeah. Pause protesters, y'all know what to do. For all of the pauses I miss, all of the pause practitioners, feel free to put them in the comments. Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Mayor Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I mops the damn floor. Let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with a lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, or Paul Pierce even, they got the truth. I'm sick and tired of you, you comical when I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, dude, that's a prostitute.